Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. We are out here in nature, baby. It's a gorgeous day today. Beautiful deep divers. Do you want to be happy? Happier? Are you already happy? How did you get so happy? 10 uncomfortable signs you are moving in the direction of your happiness. Let's just, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Now, a lot of people ask me, how come I'm always so happy? I'm smiling in thumbnails like, yeah. And I've been doing this for years. You can't fake this type of happiness. I'm very happy with the life I'm living. At the same time, it wasn't always like this, okay? But when I was moving in the direction of my happiness, there were a lot of uncomfortable things happening to me. Deep divers, is that you right now? You're becoming happier, but it's starting to feel a little bit uncomfortable. We ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello there? Beautiful deep divers, let me share with you what's helped me along my journey. Become happier. The 10 uncomfortable signs you are moving in the direction of your happiness. I say this, everybody on planet Earth deserves to be happy every single day. Like, that's our birthright. But before we become happy, we gotta go through a lot of crap. The first uncomfortable sign you are moving in the direction of your happiness is this. You realize for the first time, it's not about externalizing your happiness to Instagram, to a person, to something out there. You realize that happiness is not out there. Your happiness is something inside of you. Slow motion this side. You are realizing happiness is an inside job. Now, for a long time, it was very uncomfortable. But I realized I was moving in the direction of my happiness because I said, actually, Friday is Friday, but I'm not gonna wait until Friday to be happy. I'm not gonna wait until the person of my dreams comes along and makes me happy. I might be waiting all year. Actually, they've already arrived. Spoiler alert. I'm not waiting for a laptop to make me happy. Happiness is not something out there. I get to travel all around the world, in Hawaii, all over Africa, all over Europe, South America, North America. I'm everywhere. Every single week, I'm in a different place, okay? But I'm always in nature. And when I'm in nature, I'm like, okay, is nature making me happy? Or am I bringing my happiness to nature? You see, the happiest people in the world internalize their happiness. They don't externalize their happiness. They don't say, oh, when I get this, then I will be happy. They say, happiness is an inside job. I will make myself happy first. Slow motion this side. Don't get me wrong, when I was growing up, when my mom bought me a new skateboard, I'm like, yes, that's my happiness. And when it broke, I'm like, no, my happiness is gone, right? That's why you have to learn how to cultivate inner happiness, because everything outside there is an illusion, is temporary. The only thing that will remain is the love in your heart. What's the second uncomfortable sign? Baby, you are moving in the direction of being happy. Deep divers, hear me out. You are moving in the direction of your happiness when you are allowing yourself to feel that 4 four-letter word, feel, is very uncomfortable. Okay? Being vulnerable is very uncomfortable. It was for me, but naturally I'm very sensitive. That's why I help a lot of people out deal with their emotions. But when you start feeling your emotions, it's very uncomfortable, but it will lead you in the direction of being happy. I meet a lot of people who are cut off from their emotions, which is the energy in motion. Therefore, they're always miserable. You have to actually feel. The great paradox is that you have to be naked. You have to allow yourself to be vulnerable to be happy. Meaning, you have to feel every single emotion, anger, sadness, joy, whatever it is. In the end, that will make you happier. But wait, Ralph, what? It's making me really uncomfortable right now. I don't want to feel. Yeah. But how do you feel afterwards? I feel great, Ralph. Exactly. That's when you know it's uncomfortable first, but then you are moving in the direction of your happiness, okay? What's the third uncomfortable sign? You are moving in the direction of your happiness. Baby, you are like, hey, I don't have to be happy all the time. Okay, and sometimes that is very uncomfortable because we live in a society where everybody is taking selfies, trying to pretend their life is better than it actually is. Okay, it is better. Yeah, I agree with you, right? The cat down the road is like taking selfies too. You should see it, okay? That was me along my early journey, trying to show the world how great I was doing. But an uncomfortable sign you are moving in the direction of your happiness is that for the first time, you're like, hey, I don't have to be happy 24/7. Oh, yes. Thank you, Ralph. Thank you. Exactly. It's very uncomfortable at first, but then you feel happier afterwards because allow yourself once again to feel. Happiness is just as important as sadness, okay? Happiness is a very high vibrational emotional state. In fact, happiness promotes our well-being, but sometimes you are gonna crash. You're gonna have a low moment. I've had so many low moments, right? I'm doing the limbo. So many low moments, I'm doing the limbo. At the same time, I've had so many high moments, it feels like I'm on Mount Everest, okay? But I realize it's that yin and yang, it's that contrast which makes life so beautiful. And it's uncomfortable because when you're like, okay, some days are gonna be better than others, some days I'm gonna feel like crap. And no, I'm not gonna fake a smile, Ralph, but I'm feeling very uncomfortable because now people at work are looking at me funny, right? It's okay. You don't have to smile 24/7. I'm just a naturally smiley kind of person. I'm a Pisces, right? So it's uncomfortable when you're like, hey, I don't want to be happy 24/7 because you're like, what would people think of me, right? But then you're happier afterwards because you honor how you really feel in that present moment. If you want to be happy, you can. If you don't, you don't have to. What's the fourth? Baby, uncomfortable sign you are moving in the direction of being happy. 7-day vegan challenge. Have you heard of E3 Live deep divers? Okay, E3 Live, we're talking about a blue-green algae, the most nutrient-dense vegetable. It's not a vegetable. The most nutrient-dense blue-green algae, that's better, in the world. Complete source of protein. Beats spirulina, beats chlorella, beats acai. E3 Live is the most powerful food on the planet. And nobody knows about it. Uh-oh, right? Have you ever tasted E3 Live? Please, I say go out today and buy some E3 Live, make a smoothie with E3 Live in it, and then taste it. And then tell me what you really think. I remember I was in a cafe once, I was in a vegan restaurant, and I'm like, oh, what's that E3 Live? I like the name E3 Live. It felt like I was playing a video game. Yeah, I'll take some E3 Live, baby. Look, so I take the cup, it's like a shot. I'm like, whoa. I drink it and I'm like, oh, I wanted to actually throw up. Okay? And then somebody was like, Ralph, you better not throw up on me. And I'm like, okay, I got this, right? Then I realized that E3 Live is the most powerful food on the planet. Superfood, magnesium, iron, zinc, copper, manganese, complete source of protein. It's got everything the body needs. Okay, so it was very uncomfortable for me drinking that blue-green algae. I'm still traumatized. At the same time, I was moving in the direction of my happiness, because later on I'm like, actually, it's making me happy now to know all of those beautiful, healthy live enzymes inside that E3 Live. It's worth it. It's worth it, right, deep divers? It's worth it. Do you remember when you were small and your mom used to feed you sometimes carrots and you're like, I don't like carrots. And then you're like, oh, the health benefits. The health benefits. Sometimes she used to give you pineapples. You may not have liked pineapples, but then you're like, oh, vitamin C, right? And then you start really liking fruits, okay? It's uncomfortable first, then you like, say, hey, I'm married to you. I'm married to you, bananas, strawberries, peaches, limes, lemons, right? What's the fifth, baby, uncomfortable sign? You're moving in the direction of your happiness. Now, deep divers, when you no longer feel you are here to please everybody, it's very uncomfortable, isn't it? Because you are gonna have to let a lot of people down. Oh, Ralph, they're gonna hate me for it. They might. But down the line, you will start moving in the direction of your true happiness. When you realize you aren't here to please everybody. You aren't here to get along with everybody, okay? Your vibe attracts your tribe, or as I say, your lifestyle attracts your tribe. Move towards people who you resonate with on a heart space level. And that's very uncomfortable, because certain times we are around people and we're trying to fake friends with them. We don't really like them, okay? And we're just like, hey, I just want to be happy. I want to get on with everyone, okay? But in actuality, it actually makes us more depressed and anxious. When you allow yourself to say, actually, we don't have to get on. I didn't come here to please everybody. I didn't come here to be validated by everybody. I didn't come to planet Earth to be liked by everybody. I came here to live out my own truth. Slow motion this side. And then in the end, you become happier. What's the sixth uncomfortable sign you are moving in the direction of your happiness? Baby. You've stopped caring what other people think. Okay, this is something which really takes away so many people's joy, their happiness, okay? What are they gonna think of me, Ralph? Too late, they've already thought of you, and they've already made up their mind of what you are. You can't control that, okay? It's very uncomfortable when you feel that you are losing control of how other people perceive you. Very, very uncomfortable. But you are now in the process of being happy when you let go. Say, hey, whatever they want to think of me, they can. The only thing that matters is how I see myself. The perception you have of yourself, oh, I'm the best, I'm so cool, that's cool. That's the only thing that matters, because how I see you has got nothing to do with how you see you, and you have to face yourself in the mirror. So it's very uncomfortable at first, but in the end, you're like, hey, I'm super happy right now. What's the seventh? Baby, uncomfortable sign you're moving in the direction of your happiness. You're starting to realize sometimes it is okay to turn down invitations. Yeah, Ralph, it's very uncomfortable too. I don't want to be seen as a bad person, okay? I don't want to be seen as someone who is not welcoming to everybody, okay? I want everybody to love me, Ralph. I want everybody to get on with me, Ralph, okay? An uncomfortable sign you are moving in the direction of your happiness is where you actually say for the first time, sorry, I can't go out tonight. I feel so bad, Ralph. You won't believe it. I said no for the first time in my life. It's uncomfortable, right? It's very uncomfortable, right? It is uncomfortable. But down the road, you develop confidence, which means you are trusting how you are feeling at that point in time. And in the end, you become happier. What's the 8th uncomfortable sign? Baby, you are moving in the direction of your happiness. For the first time, you are realizing this. Sometimes you need to fight for what you love and fight for what makes you happy. Slow motion this side. That's right, baby. It was very uncomfortable for me before I became happy, because I realized I had to fight for what really made me happy, which was getting my butt into nature, hanging out with who I wanted to hang out with, traveling the world. I had a lot of resistance. My mom was supportive, but society was like, Ralph, don't do it. And I'm like, I want to do it. I'm going to do it. I am doing it. But it's very uncomfortable because sometimes we are conflicted. We have to make a decision. And sometimes it's hard. You are moving in the direction of your happiness when you realize happiness is a choice. Things aren't being done onto me. Things aren't happening to me. I am not a victim of circumstance. I create my own happiness by making a choice which is going to serve me in the long run. A choice which is going to serve me in the long run. A choice which is going to free me to live my greatest potential and become my greatest version. But before all of that, gonna be late nights. A lot of fear. You're looking a bit shaky, baby. But in the end, you'll be happier because you did it your way. And what is the 9th? Baby, uncomfortable sign you are moving in the direction of your happiness. I feel like a failure, Ralph. I just quit a job because I didn't like it. It wasn't making me happy, Ralph, so I quit, but I hate myself for it. I don't love myself anymore, Ralph. Hold on right there. I know what it's like. I said the same thing, but I went on like 5 minutes more than you in my emotional crying. I'm like, I just left a pretty good job. I hated it, but gosh, I'm never gonna get a job again. And I never got a job again. I just ended up in nature. Can I get a hello there? And became happier, baby. It's uncomfortable first, but realize, why are you crying for? What are you moaning for? You've let go of something which would have potentially ruined you in the long run. You see, it's very uncomfortable when you have to even leave a job just over broke you don't like, because we are so addicted to these roles we are playing in society. But I'm here to tell you, you've done yourself a favor when you really let go of something which is no longer serving you. You've done yourself a favor when you're like, hey, no longer am I gonna go into a job which is not making me happy. But Ralph, is very uncomfortable because I've just lost a month's rent. Yeah, happened to me along my journey. Then I realized actually we are multidimensional beings having a human experience. I can create any reality I choose with the power of mind, body, and soul. And that's what I'm doing every single day, living in infinite abundance. So deep divers, don't worry about leaving something behind, because it only means the universe is opening up a new space for you. Slow motion this side. What is the 10th uncomfortable sign you are moving in the direction of being happy? Baby. It's uncomfortable because one day you go home, deep divers, and then you're like, hey, my address book. You still got the old style address book, even in the information age. I love you. It's getting shorter, Ralph. Okay? Less names on it. Less names on my address book. Less names, that's right. Because it's very uncomfortable when you realize when you are becoming your greatest version, you might have to leave people behind who don't have your best interests at hand. You might have to leave people behind who you don't resonate with. You might have to leave people behind who you don't vibe with. And therefore, it's very uncomfortable because we have become so addicted and attached even to meaningless friendships because it gives us a sense of identity. However, deep divers, you are moving in the direction of your happiness when you're like, hey, even though my address book is getting shorter, at least I still have one. Even though my address book is getting shorter, at least I have a few good friends. At least there is one person I can count on. It's not about how many people you know, it's about the quality of the people you know. Slow motion this side. So it's uncomfortable when you lose your 5,000 friends, but you become happier and you are moving in the direction of your happiness when you realize the only friends you have is the cat down the road and I. And once you realize that, deep divers, it will become very, very clear for you that you are moving in the direction of your happiness. And then, well, you just say, feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello? Yeah. Beautiful deep divers, we are out here chillaxing in the heart of nature. Have a beautiful day, deep divers. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy. Peace. You! Happiness is an inside job. I knew it all along. Yes, it is.